Okay, at this point I'm a video pumping machine, but yeah, I like yapping, and we got 25 minutes, 1 second on this one to yap. So, yeah. So I was wondering that everyone and their mama be saying dopamine rush, dopamine heightens, dopamine, and it's being viewed as a very negative thing, right? Like I remember one of these, let's say, life coaches that I was a friend with, and I am still to some extent, told me, hey, your dopamine system is kind of fucked. And what I noticed is that he told me to meditate and just breathe in, breathe out, and stuff like that. And I was literally on a very tight schedule to do my thesis, do deliver. Literally, we were fucking assigned with a um, mini kind of essay every single fucking week. And at the same time, I was doing delivery by kind of part-time job, as well as doing other YouTube channels, writing one or two of my books. At that time, dealing with the integration in a new country, new environment, and noticing that, yeah, my theory was correct, that I'm not like others. And statistically looking at it, I don't belong with most of the society. There is nothing wrong with that, because the my kind of people are statistically quite rare. It's not self aggrandization or self exceptionalism. It's just the statistical truth about how my mind functions, how I view the world, my belief system, and everything else. And all of that was just making me on a dopamine treadmill that run on a dopamine treadmill that I need to jump from high to high, from fucking date to date, job to job, fucking essay to essay, from challenge to challenge. And voila, I ended up wasting a lot of money. Not even wasting, because you learn from things, and the more it hurts, the better you learn. That's the irony of things. But anyways, I noticed that by actually taking the peace and quiet route, sure, I was enjoying life, and for the brief moment of meditation for like 60 days straight of 30 to 35 minutes of meditation, everything was calm and everything was fine, to the extent that one time I was literally staring at the lake, enjoying the weather, the birds chirping, the water was singing to my ears, soothing my skin with the wonderful weather and wind caressing my, let's say, kind of whole existence. And I was just enjoying myself during the 35 minutes of meditation. And I was in such a chill state that someone literally stopped their car, as I've mentioned in one of these videos, stopped their car, rushed to me, and checked up on me. Hey, you're okay? You're literally just lying on the fucking grass, yeah, touching grass, while staring at the fucking ocean. And about like around, was it 7 p.m.? And I said, yeah, I feel great. I feel wonderful. But funny enough, that week or those 2 weeks of finally, after 60 days of meditation, that they were actually taking effect, lowering and adjusting my dopamine system, were the weeks I got the lowest scores in my university, and it was all fine. That I noticed, okay, I'm gonna actually fucking fail the whole fucking master's program if I be a chill fucking guru in this shit. So I dropped the whole fucking dopamine shit. I consumed a lot of fucking pornography to boost my dopamine back up. I had a lot of fucking dating around bitches, and on top of that, I kind of literally destroyed the whole fucking system of chill this, chill that. No, 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 no. I put myself in fucking stress situations to the extent that I would run to any girl I would see fucking on the streets, just sparking up conversation to put myself on the rejection kind of stress field to boost the dopamine. And I was doing a lot of gaming, a lot of everything. Funny enough, not drugs or alcohol. That's not my thing, I guess. Hopefully, not jinxing myself, but yeah. And what I noticed was that there is this dopamine dance in my vein that is kind of fluctuating still. And the myth about dopamine is just because it's kind of a drug. There's this song that I was quite drawn to called Dopamine Addict. And what I noticed is that, like every kind of drug that has kind of chemical effect on you, I don't know, I'm not a fucking hormonologist, I am horneologist at best, but the fucking thing was that the thing with dopamine is the more you have kind of stimuli to stimulate you towards the dopamine thing, um, the more you're gonna require, and the more is gonna be required to give you half of the previous boost. So it's literally you need more to get less, and this is a kind of never-ending cycle. But I started the it's literally me, my mind starting to notice things. But yeah, I started to notice that there's actually a hack to this that I call dopamine dance mapping. That although this is kind of a dance, and this is a very dangerous one that you could literally overstimulate, there's actually a hack to this that I don't know what are the the healthy dopamine boosters or something. Is it like serotonin, or as I said, I'm not a fucking hormonologist, but I started to notice that you can funnel the dopamine and map it to turn the dopamine. I don't know if this is actually like fucking neuroscience based or bullshit like that. I'm not a fucking PhD neuroscientist, but what I started, at least in my personal experience, was that you can funnel the dopamine and either turn it to serotonin or some kind of a healthy hormone, not even healthy, but productive hormone that kind of gives you that adjustment that fucking meditation or lowering the dopamine gives you. So basically, instead of, let's say, instead of doing less, you were doing more, but this more was consuming less energy from you. So the to put it in perspective is like, let's say, instead of let's say 100 units of dopamine. This is very scientific talk, by the way, sarcasm. Um, instead of instead of lowering the 100 units of dopamine to 50, I was doing like 110, but it felt as if it was at 50. So not only I got the feeling of the dopamine rush, but I wasn't in the need of actually raising it to like 200 with drugs, with whatever. And I noticed that the only thing that uh, made me kind of have this perception was that I was directing the dopamine into productivity and my goals because um, I don't know like what's the core function of dopamine, but I think the cheap dopamine that people get from like pornography instead of sex and emotional sex, and let's say talking about their goals instead of pursuing them, and all of that, it's like instead of like all of that, I noticed that you can link these two towards together, towards one another. That you can um, you can have the dopamine rush and direct it towards your goals. For instance, instead of me watching cheap kind of pornography and stuff like that, I could funnel it into productivity. That these days I don't even fucking watch porn. I read fucking pornography like content in other languages I know. So it doesn't even like entice me at all because it's just so cheap that it doesn't give me any kind of substance. But it is still fucking pornography. And what fascinates me is that not only it solves the problem that every single fucking time you need to watch a more kind of elaborate kind of um, porn to get a little bit of more kind of let's say arousal or satisfaction from it. This solves the whole situation because it's not um, uh, a thing without substance. Every single day you're learning a new, let's say new at least story plot, and a new word in new structure of language, or cementing the words you already know. And it's not even like that about anything else. Instead of talking about my goals, I literally fucking pursue them. Instead of, let's say, instead of saying, okay, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do this because this is not healthy, this is not whatever. I say, okay, I'm gonna eat whatever the fuck I want, but I'm gonna literally fucking do exercises. I'm gonna do the fucking cold shower. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna walk. Instead of just, let's say, dopamine police or dopamine policy, um, what you call banning myself, I say, okay, I'm gonna do everything that's gonna boost my dopamine, but in a way that there is gonna be substance to it. So not only I don't have something without substance that I need to consume more of to get less of, I actually consume the, let's say, the healthy, quote unquote, healthy dose of what I consume and add substance to it. So there is a dopamine dance that I'm mapping it, or dopamine mapping, that I'm directing it towards something with substance. Even like the idea of turning consumption into content was like this, emerged from this kind of ideology that sure, I watch fucking anime, let's say. Not only I'm learning a new language, even the fucking series I watch like in fucking English or other languages I know, let's say fucking French, I'm kind of either making content out of it, or I'm looking for a plot thread or something that interests me in that. So it's not just fucking consumption. And now I realize that even my gaming is just either content or just deepening my storytelling kind of skills and stuff like that. And every single thing that is dopamine, and I was doing before, I'm just funneling it in a way that not only it's kind of is not empty of substance. So I eat and not eat, but I get more and more and more without, and it's literally the more I get, the more I do and boost the dopamine, the less I'm gonna get. So I'm gonna do more of it to get less of it each time, which is a kind of doom fulfilling cycle. Shout out to Nightingale guy. But what I realized by adding substance to it, the dopamine itself is not even fucking, and I say this is not fucking scientifically backed yet. This is weird thing about what I think of or believe, that I pull something out of my ass, and years later I see, okay, this is actually scientifically kind of backed up. Fun, great. But this isn't based on my current knowledge. This isn't scientifically backed. So, yeah. And the funny thing is, but it's working for me. I literally lost all of fucking interest in like literal pornography because I have found the like a gold mine of let's say profanity, and it serves my purpose of like learning languages and just learning. It's just joy of learning on top of like the other stimuli you get, and instead of just fucking playing games, Netflix and chill, I'm literally documenting all of that, either in story format, getting inspired to write, and or just making content out of it. Even like I was watching this anime the other day, and kind of dialogue was quite in depth and quite nice for me. I literally clipped the whole fucking thing, 2 or 5 fucking sections that I liked, and I shared it as IG reels and Instagram reels, and it's just like there because there isn't like that clip is gonna go viral or something, but there's a chance of it. The thing is that you are literally mind mapping yourself to see use, to see productivity in even the fucking most obsolete things you can do. Instead of saying, okay, I'm gonna not watch fucking, let's say, Netflix, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do this, that is gonna literally backfire. You literally can trick the whole system and fucking funnel the whole thing towards your goals. That's the dopamine mapping for you, because you're not removing the dopamine, the cheap dopamine. You're just map it towards your goals. That's about it. But yeah, that's the dopamine mapping video. And till the next one, bye.